Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, lived a man named Jonah. Jonah was a good man, but he sometimes made mistakes, just like you and me. One day, God asked Jonah to go to a big city called Nineveh. God wanted Jonah to tell the people of Nineveh to be better, because they weren't being very nice to each other. "Jonah, go to Nineveh and tell them to change their ways," God commanded, his voice booming. Jonah hesitated and said, "Nineveh? That's so far away. And those people, they aren't very friendly." But instead of listening to God, Jonah decided to run away. He didn't want to go to Nineveh, so he packed his bags and headed for the coast. Jonah found a ship sailing to a faraway land and paid for a ticket. He thought he could escape God, but God is everywhere. "Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard! Set sail!" The captain called out in a gruff voice. Suddenly, a terrible storm began. The wind howled, and the waves crashed over the ship. The sailors were very scared. "We're going to sink! What have we done to anger the gods?" Sailor 1 exclaimed, frightened. "Let's draw straws to see who is to blame for this." Sailor 2 cried out in panic. The sailors drew straws, and guess who got the shortest one? "Jonah! Jonah, what have you done? Tell us!" Sailor 1 demanded accusingly. "I have disobeyed God. Throw me into the sea. It's the only way to save yourselves," Jonah said, remorsefully. The sailors didn't want to, but the storm was getting worse and worse. So, they sadly threw Jonah into the sea. Just when Jonah thought it was the end, God sent a great whale to swallow him. Jonah was inside the whale's belly for 3 days and 3 nights. "God, I'm so sorry I disobeyed you. I promised to go to Nineveh and do what you asked," Jonah said sincerely. Jonah prayed and prayed, asking God for forgiveness. And God heard him. The whale swam to the shore and spit Jonah out onto the sand. Jonah was a little slimy, but he was alive. "Okay, God, I'm going to Nineveh," Jonah said, determined. Jonah finally went to Nineveh. It was a very big city, and the people were not being very nice. They were arguing, cheating, and not sharing. "Listen to me, people of Nineveh. God wants you to be kind and good to each other. If you don't change your ways, something bad will happen," Jonah said urgently. Jonah told the people of Nineveh what God had said, and guess what? They listened. The king of Nineveh took off his crown and told everyone to be sorry for their bad behavior. They all started being kind and helping each other. "Let us all show God that we are truly sorry and will be better people," the king said solemnly. God saw that the people of Nineveh had changed, so he didn't punish them. But Jonah was not happy about this. "I knew it. I knew you wouldn't punish them. That's why I didn't want to come here in the first place," Jonah said, frustrated. God made a plant grow to give Jonah some shade because the sun was very hot. Jonah was happy about the plant. But then God sent a worm to eat the plant, and it died. Jonah was very sad. "This is terrible. Now I have no shade, and the sun is burning me," Jonah exclaimed, annoyed. Then, in a gentle voice, God said to Jonah, "Jonah, you are sad about a plant that you didn't even grow. Shouldn't I also care about all the people in Nineveh?" God helped Jonah understand that it's important to care about everyone, even people who make mistakes. And that's the end of the story of Jonah.